Recognizes the gentleman from, we will now proceed to 5-minute questioning. The chair now recognizes the gentleman from Kentucky for 5 minutes.
When my constituents complain about their taxes, I tell them to be thankful you don't get all the government you pay for. Unfortunately, with AI, it looks like you're going to get more government than you paid for because of the scale that's at which we're able to deploy this bureaucracy of censorship. You know, a former congressman lamented that there were, with the dwindling number of farmers and the growing size of the USDA, that there would eventually be one farmer per bureaucrat. In fact, he said he was walking through the USDA down the street and saw somebody crying in his cubicle and said, "Now, why are you crying?" He said, "My farmer died." Now, it used to be the case that if you were going to be subjected to government, that it had to be a person who had to do it to you, and that at least there could be a fair fight. But what disturbs me the most here is that, I mean, this is at scale. You could have one bureaucrat who is censoring millions of people at once. Mr. Lukianoff, did you see the White House executive order on artificial intelligence, the statement that was put out? I found that to be chilling because basically they're trying to ban AI. But I like to say, if AI is banned, only the criminals will have AI. And the criminals, in fact, will be inside of the government. Can you tell us about that executive order or statement? Oh, microphone, please.
There were aspects of the executive order that I thought were good, but overall, I am concerned about it opening the door to, it takes for granted, for example, that hate speech should be something that's regulated. And I've been working on campuses now for, my organization's been working on campuses for 25 years, I've been there for 23 of them. And I think you'd be shocked to discover how tame, moderate speech actually will get labeled as hate speech. So I think that all of the lessons we've learned from higher education and about how vague and broad terms can actually end up stifling ordinary speech and opinion should be something we learn in the context of AI, but we seem very hesitant to actually learn those lessons.
The thing that troubled me is they're literally trying to ban math. And powerful computers, but they are the ones who want to have them. Speaking of hate speech, unfortunately, this project was funded at my alma mater, MIT, where they decided they needed a proactive suite of human technologies because that reactive content moderation wasn't quick enough. I mean, that's Orwellian. Basically, you're trying to predict. To them, to these researchers, the most efficient content moderation would be your keyboard refusing to allow you to type it in, would it not, Mr. Fong?
Oh, that's right. I mean, one of the firms I just discussed, logically, has discussed a proposal to automatically counter hate speech or misinformation with AI to kind of engage bots to algorithmically argue on the internet on behalf of the government or whoever else employs them. And that just opens the door to all types of abuse.
And the people they propose to argue with, they say, who need to be re-educated are military veterans, older adults, minorities, rural and indigenous communities. Is that correct?
Well, look, there's a broad scope here, and we don't even know all the clients for some of these firms. So when they've got these partnerships with TikTok or Facebook to counter misinformation, sometimes they're working for the government, and other times they're working for corporations on brand reputation. So, who's holding the fact checkers accountable?
Ms. Richardson, when you reported on this Track F funding of censorship, what happened? I think this is ironic that they turned and tried to control the narrative against them. I suppose if they think they're doing something righteous by controlling the debate, then it would be righteous for them to try to defend themselves and with the tools that they have. You want to speak about that? Yes, microphone, please.
Yes, so based off of the emails that this committee obtained, after I sent a couple very basic questions, reaching out about what exactly these grants were, what exactly these programs entail. It seems that they created a media strategy in order to deflect questions and cast this, what some of the messaging said, they would call it as pro-democracy. So it is ironic, and I wonder if they see that irony.
I mean, I certainly see the irony. It's deafening that they're going to turn these tools on you. They're going to try to shut down, to protect free speech, in their definition of it, allowed speech, they're going to shut down your speech. I find it quite ridiculous. Well, I think at the end of the day, what we're going to have to do is quit funding this. I mean, Track F is the name of a grant program that we funded, and it's probably been going on for a long time. So thank you for bringing our attention to this. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. The chair now recognizes the gentleman from